What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Average Joe Dividends YouTube channel. In this video, I picked 5 stocks and I bought $20 of each of those. I'm doing the video a day early, actually a day or two. Sometimes I do these videos on Thursday, sometimes on Friday, but I have a lot going on at the end of this week, so I'm just going to knock it out right here. So if you're new to the channel, please subscribe so you do not miss future videos. Also, please click the like button to help this channel out. I don't do any advertising or try to sell you any products. Nothing like that. I'd rather you put your money towards yourself and keep investing. So what we're looking at right now, this is my M1 stock brokerage account. This is a taxable account. It is about 15% of my total net worth. And this is where I have my individual positions in here, and I'll show you really quick. Right now I have 52 positions, but most of the money is wrapped up into SCHD, which is a very popular dividend paying ETF, and then BST as well. So you can see $170,000 is wrapped up there, and then my individual positions, the 50 positions, are here with NVIDIA, and I'm not going to read all the names, but you can see we're just going to go down lower and lower in value. But you can see most of these companies are household blue chip stocks. We're going to talk about Starbucks in a little bit, and you can see like names like Hershey's. Looks like Hershey's has not been doing great as of late, and all the way down at the bottom. So Pinnacle West is the smallest position, and we can see SCHD is the largest. But we'll go to the portfolio. We'll look at a little bit of the historical, like over the last year. We can see the money weighted return is at 32.57% with a market gain of 53,799.88, and I've received dividends of $11,365.96 from this portfolio. And what I do with all the dividends is I put them right back into the portfolio. Most of the time I put it right back into that stock from which it was paid from. So you can see over the last year here, we were pretty much at the $200,000 mark last year. We dipped down in November, late October, so we got into the 190s and gone up pretty much ever since. Couple dips in here, one in April of 24, and then August we had a bit of a dip way up, and now it looks like we're on to another little dip where we're going into the 260s here, barely. I'll have to change my thumbnail if we go any lower, because we're going to be back into the 260s, and we don't know, of course, where the market is heading from day to day, week to week, month to month. What I do is I just pretty much dollar cost average into all my investments and just keep buying them and not try to time the market. So let's go into the activity log. We're going to see what those 5 stocks were that I bought. And again, it'll be $20 into each of those. Here's the deposit. I just sent $100 over for my M1 savings, and then those stocks. And we'll get into these. We'll read them off, and we'll also go into the fractional shares, because I want to show that even $20 into each stock is going to make a difference in income. And of course, over time, there's going to be some stock appreciation, hopefully. And first up, Pinnacle West. And looks like with Pinnacle West, I picked up 0.22485 of a share, so close to a quarter of a share for Pinnacle West. And then Home Depot, $20. And then that bought me 0.05025, so about 5% of a share there. And then Yum Brands, $20.01. I took one of the pennies that was left over and put it towards Yum, and then bought me 0.14939 of a share, so nearly 15% of a share there. And of course, these are all fractional shares. And Hershey's has been down. I think my average cost for each share that I've paid so far is like $187, $188, and current share price is below that. So I picked up about a tenth of a share, 0.10945 with Hershey's. And then the last one is BlackRock, 1999. Looks like I couldn't resolve a penny of that. And that's because of the share price is so high. Sometimes that happens with a lower cost companies, if they have a $20 or $50 per share cost, usually don't have this issue where it can't resolve a penny. But that's what happened with BlackRock. So it bought about 2% of a share, 0.02024 of a share. So next what I'm going to show you is what this effect of the $100 was on my future dividend income. We'll also go into historicals, and we'll also go into my net worth, which is currently dipping a little bit. But that doesn't concern me because we're going to be buying into lower costs. I'm going to be picking up more fractional shares of things. So I'm jumping over to my Google Docs spreadsheet. I'll leave a link below to this. You're welcome to use it to put your own dividend stocks into. If you have like 10 or more positions, this is a great way to track it. And you can see the headings here with company, ticker symbol, share price, which uses a simple Google Finance function to pull that price. This is live, so you'll see the share price change live. And here's the average share price that I've paid for each share. And that's pulling from the M1 data tab, and it's using a VLOOKUP. We're going to import some data into the M1 data tab in a little bit, and we're going to change the number of shares for those 5 positions that I bought into, and it's also going to change the future dividend income. We're going to see what that is. And we can see here's the market value for each of my investments here. And here is the cost basis. Here's my gain or loss. And then my gain or loss expressed in a percentage. Anything above 25% is in green. Anything below is going to be in white. Here is the quarterly dividend per share. And then here is the current yield. If I were to buy more shares of Apple, it'd be 0.44%. But my yield on cost with Apple is 0.7%. Here is the pay date, and I have everything on this sheet arranged by it. And pretty much this is almost like an advent calendar come Christmas time, because almost every day is paying me dividends. And we'll just take a look at so far what has paid me. I also put the dividend I'm going to receive tomorrow from Cisco, the 1246 in here too. We'll add these up real quick. And so far for the month of October, I'm at $102.69. We have these remaining dividends to pay out, and a big one from the monthly payer, VST, getting very close to that $500, and that'll be a nice way to finish the month once that one rolls in. So usually I don't put these in until I receive the dividend, but Cisco, I know I'm going to be receiving that dividend, and I'll show you how I know that. We'll go back to M1, and on the portfolio tab, I know that Cisco is in my dividend portfolio, and I can show you how you can see what your next dividend is going to be. And we'll scroll down and find Cisco. There it is. And we'll go to the 1 month view is usually where it shows it. And we can see there it is. The dividends earned $12.46. So that's what I'm going to receive tomorrow morning. I'll wake up and this will automatically be in my accounts. And I have the option set up to automatically drip dividends. So I'll be doing a buy of $12.46 of Cisco, and I'll buy more fractional shares as a result, and we'll see the next dividend go up. And it's only going to go up by a few cents, but every little bit helps, as I'm buying more shares of Cisco as well with these weekly buys. But this week I didn't, so it's going to remain the same. But for the next dividend that's going to pay in January after the drip, it's going to go up. And then I tabulate all the dividends, and there's the 1246. I put plus 1246 to count that up right there. So what I've done is over here, I've put in the dividends paid just to put the current value of the next dividend. We're going to see this change as I pull the data from M1, and it's going to update the fractional shares. This amount right here, it's going to change those for those 5 positions where I bought more fractional shares. And we're going to see these go up, and they're going to go up by a little bit because it's only $20 that I have invested in these. And some of these are going to get really close to flipping to the $10 mark. Any of these next dividends that are above $10 or above, will go to green. So we'll see if any of these change green. I don't know if we will get one to flip over, but one of them did flip. I'm going to go over that really quickly, and it was for Starbucks. Let me show you some news that was announced yesterday. today. And Starbucks announced a dividend hike of 7%. So it went from 57 cents to 61 cents. And they've also announced the new dividend date on November 29th. Let's go to my sheet and we'll take a look at this. Remember, now the prior dividend was 57 cents. I'll kind of show you the result of that. We're going to scroll down to where Starbucks is, and they're at the end here. And there is the new dividend of 61 cents, and the 1046 is what I'm going to receive on November 30th if I don't buy any more shares. We'll go back to the 57 cents. So I was going to receive 977 prior to the dividend increase. And you see now the 977 is in white. Flip it back, now it's going to be 1046. Now it's in the green. So I flipped one of those. I kind of want, my goal is to get all these above $10, way above $10. But it's a slow process. The next we're going to do is we're going to grab that data from M1. We're going to get the change here in the new dividend for those 5 positions, and the monthly, quarterly, and annual cash flow is going to change. I've hard-coded that 993.95. It's going to go over 994, but I just typed this out here to show you it's going to change over here. So what I do is I go back to M1. We go back to the Holdings tab, and we're just going to grab everything from the name column and scroll all the way down. We're going to do a quick copy and then a paste into the M1 sheet on the M1 data tab. And what this does is it extracts the shares, cost basis, and average for each position, in which with a VLOOKUP, I look for those values based on like SCHD. I pull the shares, cost, and average over in the dividend portfolio tab. But SCHD is not going to change because I didn't buy any more fractional shares there. So let's do that paste special. It's going to change the values for those 5 companies where I bought more fractional shares. And then the new shares, cost basis, and average will change for all 3 of those. So we'll go over to the dividend portfolio tab. We'll see how these have changed. And first up is Pinnacle West. The old dividend was going to be $8.03, and these will all pay in December. So you can +3 pretty much on the pay date here. Approximately December 4th is going to be the new dividend payment for Pinnacle West. You can do the same for the rest of these as well. So 803 old dividend, new in December will be 823 for Pinnacle. And then next up is Yum Brands. And I associate Yum Brands with Taco Bell. If you're not familiar with them, that's one of the companies in their portfolio. And so 704 is the prior dividend. It's going to go up to 714. And looks like I was wrong. I was a little bit pessimistic about getting one of these companies to flip to green, and one of them actually did, Home Depot. The next dividend is going to be $10.02 when it was going to be $9.91 before this $20 buy. Well, look at that. There's 2 of them. So look at Hershey's went from $9.85, and now it's going to be $10 even on approximately December 17th. And we got so close to flipping BlackRock 2 cents away, and going from $9.88 to $9.98. So added a dime there in that future income. So let's scroll down and we'll see what the new monthly, quarterly, and annual is. So like I said, the new monthly cash flow average went above $9.94. So it was at $993.95. And we're going to take this value to $994.17. We're going to go over to the monthly average dividend tracking tab, and we're going to enter this value in here to show progress. I like to track this progress to show that even these little incremental buys of $20 into fractional shares of stocks, and little deposits like that, as well as stock increases, as well as dividend drips. And I meant to say dividend increases, just like with what we saw with Starbucks. And going back to Starbucks too, I should have showed you the current dividend, the 61 cents, and 57, remember, was the prior. Let's just go back in time, just a few years, and just shown how Starbucks has gone up over the past few years. So again, we're at 61 cents and the last quarter we're at 57, and then we're at 53. We can see these 4-cent bumps. We are at 49 cents in 2022. We are at 45 cents in 2021. 41 cents in 2020, 36 cents in 2019. So you can see just in about 5 years, we've gone from 36 cents to 61 cents. So that's nice movement with that dividend up to 61 cents and not really a long time. So Starbucks is, to me, is a really, it's growing its dividend quite nicely. So let's go on over to the monthly average dividend tracking tab. I'm going to scroll all the way down because I do a lot of entries into this tab here to show any buys I do, any dividend drips, or anytime there's a dividend increase or decrease. In the action today, it was at $100 deposit. And again, we went 994.17 over there. And I've already added a line for tomorrow for that Cisco dividend drip. You can see below. So I added an additional 22 cents of monthly income from this portfolio, and that's 22 cents every month going forward. And then I'm going to carry this over here. We're going to carry the 994.17 to the next line. And then what I'll do is I will update the sheet with just the Cisco drip. I'll do this all over again, pull the information from here, do the paste in here, and then I'll have a new value from this. So it'll probably be like 994.20 or something like that. And then I'll have the difference there to show the Cisco dividend drip. But we can see just for October how many events we have had. And you can see some of them are larger. And that's because like BST and SCHD, those dividend drips, along with these others, changed my monthly income by $6.24. Some are just a few pennies, like 3 cents there. But we add them up though for the month, and we can see we've moved the needle with a sum of $7.88. So it's like a raise so far. And we're in the third week of October, and we've added $7.88 of ongoing monthly income. Let's go on over to the Dividend Tracker tab. I've been doing these videos since January 2021. And here's the portfolio value, $18,700. And the first dividends paid to me in the full month there were $37.41. And I track things like the quarterly income, quarter-on-quarter increase, the average monthly dividend. I started tracking that in May 2021. And you can see, things like the month-over-month increase expressed in a percentage or in a dollar. And then here's the annual dividends, and then my deposits that have been made. I'm going to scroll down here, and mostly I've just been doing $100 deposits per week or a couple times per week, with the exception right about here, I had money in a home, actually equity in a home I no longer own. So I had some money to deploy for these 3 months, August, September, October, to really juice up this portfolio. And now we're well over the $200,000 mark. And here we are in October. We were over the 270, but we've dipped down. Here are the dividends paid, the 102.69 so far. We're not done yet. And here is the average monthly dividend. Since this portfolio, the third quarter, or every March, June, September, December, it's the last month of the quarter, pays the highest dividend. The other months pay a lower dividend. What I do is I add it up, get a quarterly dividend, divide by 3 to get an average monthly dividend. And right now it's just below 1,000. It's at 994.17. And here's the 788 again. Here's the monthly increase. And you saw where those came from, just those little incremental things and how they add up. And the month over month gain is 0.8%. And the annual dividends getting closer to that $12,000 mark again at 11,930. And the reason why we dipped was because SCHD had a slightly lower dividend in Q3 than it did in Q2, but I expect Q4 to be even larger, and we're going to make up for that 20, and it's going to be much higher. We can see, let's go back to December of 23. We'll take a look. And you can see the monthly increase there was $46. So I expect an increase close to that, or who knows, even more in December. So it'll make up for that 20, wipe it out, and then exceed it, and we'll go well above the $1,000 per month income mark. And so far we added $94.60 in dividend income. And then here's the $100 that was added. So going from $600 to $700. And we'll close this video out with a total net worth statement. I recommend doing these, and I kind of automate it, and I just put in the ticker symbol doing the same thing, pull the share price, and then every month or so I just populate the new shares in here. I do that for my 401k as well. And since I'm focused on dividends, your IRAs most likely, as well as your 401k, is going to be dividend. It's going to be paying dividends as well. Most likely, whether you own stocks or bonds, they're going to pay something, whether it's a dividend or interest. I also track my interest as well from savings accounts. But you can see here I have a Vanguard accounts, IRA, Roth brokerage, and as well as a taxable brokerage account. Here is my current employer 401k, in the Fidelity S&P index fund, and of course I contribute to that. And then here you can see at M1, in addition to my taxable brokerage account, which is right here, where I primarily focus the video on here, that is, but take a look at this though. At M1 I also have an IRA that blows it away. That's just below $700,000. It's at 691, and you can see what that's in: VU, VTI, SCHD, BST. So I've got that working in the background for me as well. Here is a 6-month emergency fund over at Synchrony. I track this because, again, it pays me interest as well as the M1 savings account as well. So this all adds up, and then I total that up too to get a total average monthly dividend. We're almost at $3,300. And so you can see here's my total net worth, and here is the breakdown in stocks, home equity, and cash. You can see that. I also track my net worth rounded to the nearest $100, and also I track my expenses as well as W2 income over here, and you can see the gap here for everything. And we're just going to scroll over. This is from November 2022, and then going all the way to present time from September 2024. You can see that's going up. And then here we are in October. I haven't closed that out because I haven't received my second paycheck, and my expenses are not done yet for October. We can see the gap. Of course, this is not true because my expenses haven't been put in here, and also I haven't had my second paycheck. So that's all I had to show you for this video. We'll go back and I'll show you what I bought again. We'll go back to the activity log, and we'll pull up the 5 buys. And they are Pinnacle West, Home Depot, Yum Brands, Hershey's, and BlackRock. Let me know in the comments below what you're going to be buying this week, and tell me what you think of these picks. I hope everyone has a great week. Thanks.